So, I am so excited to talk a little bit about sleep this month. This is something that is so important to me, and it's a topic that I'm sure we've definitely talked about. And I have clients that have gone from struggling to get through a full night of sleep to really being able to improve their overall sleep cycles, improve the deepness and the quality of their sleep, which then leads to so many other things in life. And I think you probably know why sleep is important, but it often ends up being the first thing to suffer when life gets busy. You might have circumstances that don't allow you to get all the sleep you need, like kids, or maybe you do shift work, or maybe you struggle to fall or stay asleep, and maybe that's something that's been happening to you for a really long time. So, one of the best habits you can create for yourself to start getting better sleep consistently is actually a solid sleep routine, and I'll tell you why. So, sticking to a consistent routine can make it easier for you to both fall asleep and stay asleep, which leads to deeper sleep, better recovery, a stronger immune system, better emotional regulation, and lower levels of anxiety. So, a sleep routine can improve the quality and quantity, but it can also make achieving your goals in health and life a little bit easier because you're going to be able to manage stress better, make more effective decisions, and that leads to better and more sustainable results in whatever areas you're looking to improve in. So, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to discuss sleep routines, how to create them, and how to make small shifts in your day that can lead to better sleep overall. So, first, I want to touch on circadian rhythms because this is a term that you may have heard before, but I want to explain why it's important. So, this refers to your internal kind of biological clock that regulates your waking and sleeping hours. And it also affects things like hunger and energy levels throughout the day. So, you may notice, for example, when you don't get a good night's sleep, you're hungrier the next day. And so, that has a little bit to do with your circadian rhythm. It also, like I mentioned before, can definitely affect how you achieve your goals, especially if something like weight loss is important to you. Getting a bad night's sleep and having increased hunger can make sticking to whatever your nutrition goals are a little bit harder. So, a good sleep routine can help you regulate your circadian rhythms and contribute to better sleep, deeper sleep, and better energy levels while you're awake. So, how does a circadian rhythm work? What does that even mean? And so basically, it's kind of the conjunction of two main hormones. So our stress hormone cortisol, we actually want that to be higher in the morning. That's what gives us a boost of morning energy, helps us wake up, helps us be active throughout the day. And then ideally, that cortisol kind of tapers off in the afternoon and evening as melatonin takes over. And melatonin is a hormone that helps us get ready for sleep. You may have heard of like a melatonin supplement, but melatonin is a hormone that our bodies actually create. So by adding in an effective sleep routine, you can boost your melatonin production in the evening and lower your cortisol, which results in better sleep. So there are a few things that kind of mess with our circadian rhythms that are unfortunately really common in normal life. And some of those things are blue light, caffeine, and evening exercise. So there are a couple changes that you can make in your day, and they can help you start to regulate that circadian rhythm and get better sleep during the week. And they may be things that you want to look at incorporating into your overall routine kind of as time continues. So, first of all, right when you wake up, if you can get some bright light in your eyes earlier in the day, even if it's a cloudy day, that bright natural light can be really, really helpful for then later regulating that circadian rhythm. You also might want to look at limiting your caffeine consumption to no less than 8 hours from the time you'd like to sleep. And some people are more sensitive to caffeine than others. So if you're quite sensitive, you may benefit from eliminating it altogether. Yes, it's going to suck at first, but trust me, you will get through it. You may want to also dim the lights in your home after dark and look at turning on the night shift on your phone and computer after dark to limit blue light exposure. This is something that I talk a lot about in my one-on-ones with clients, but just reiterating here because it is really, really important because that light continues to activate cortisol, which is our stress hormone, which keeps us alert. And we want to not be so alert in the evening because we want to get ready for sleep. So exercise, even though yes, exercise is so important for regulating that circadian rhythm and helping you sleep better, strenuous exercise close to bedtime can actually increase cortisol and make it harder to sleep. So this is where if afternoon or evening is really the only time when you can get your exercise in, having a really great wind down evening routine can be really helpful. And don't worry, we're going to talk about that over the next couple of weeks. Last thing that can be really helpful is aiming to eat dinner at least a couple of hours before bed, and don't be scared of including carbohydrates in your dinner. Studies show that eating carbs in the evening can actually promote better sleep. So this doesn't mean go nuts, but it definitely means that if you tend to eat a lower carb dinner, including some carbohydrates can be really, really helpful. So next week, we're going to talk about some simple changes to make to your bedroom to make it easier to sleep. But first, I thought it was important to know a few things that you might be doing during the day that actually affect what that sleep looks like.